If you're over 60 and dealing with stiff knees, sore fingers, aching hips, or even subtle joint discomfort that tends to worsen in the mornings or after long periods of sitting, you're not alone, and you're certainly not imagining things. Joint pain is one of the most common issues faced by older adults, but what many people don't realize is that their daily food choices may be silently making the problem worse. While it's easy to assume joint pain is just a natural part of aging, studies and lived experience both reveal that certain foods can accelerate joint deterioration, promote chronic inflammation, and make it harder for your body to heal itself. That's why it's so important, especially after age 60, to understand which common foods are actually harming your joints, sometimes even the ones you've trusted for years, and what you can eat instead to naturally support joint flexibility, reduce inflammation, and stay active, independent, and pain-free. In this video, we're going to look at the top 5 foods that destroy joint health after 60, explain why they're harmful, how they affect your body over time, and then show you easy, realistic food swaps and habits that can help reverse or prevent further joint damage. Let's start with one of the worst offenders, processed meats. These include sausages, hot dogs, ham, bacon, deli slices, salami, and many of the ready-to-eat meats sold at grocery stores. The problem with processed meats is not just the fat or calories, they're loaded with preservatives, additives like nitrates and nitrites, and a type of harmful compound called advanced glycation end products AGEs, which are formed when meat is cooked at high temperatures, smoked, or cured. These AGEs trigger inflammation and oxidative stress in the body, especially targeting delicate tissues like cartilage, tendons, and joint linings. When eaten regularly, processed meats raise levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of inflammation that's linked to arthritis and other chronic conditions. Even more concerning, AGEs also affect insulin sensitivity and can worsen blood sugar control in older adults with diabetes or prediabetes, which further contributes to inflammation and joint damage. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that people who consumed more processed meats had significantly higher CRP levels and reported more joint pain, especially in the knees and hips. So what should you eat instead? Try replacing processed meats with lean, anti-inflammatory protein sources like grilled salmon, mackerel, or sardines, all rich in omega-3 fatty acids that help soothe joint inflammation. If you're vegetarian or prefer plant-based meals, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, tofu, and quinoa are excellent protein alternatives that also provide fiber and important minerals like magnesium and potassium, which support bone health. You can season these dishes with turmeric and ginger, which are well-studied natural anti-inflammatories, and enjoy a satisfying, nourishing meal that helps your joints rather than hurts them. The second major food to avoid is refined sugar. You might be thinking, I don't eat much sugar, but it hides in more foods than most people realize. It's in cakes, cookies, pastries, white bread, ketchup, salad dressings, flavored yogurts, breakfast cereals, and even so-called healthy granola bars. When you eat sugar, it spikes your blood glucose and insulin levels, leading to a cascade of inflammation throughout the body. Over time, high sugar intake promotes the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines and increases oxidative stress, two major enemies of joint health. It also raises uric acid levels, a known cause of gout, which is a particularly painful form of arthritis that often begins in the big toe but can spread to other joints. Gout flare-ups can be sudden and severe, and many older adults don't realize their sugary drinks and snacks are the root cause. A 2020 study in arthritis care and research found a clear link between high fructose intake and increased risk of arthritis symptoms, especially among those over 60. So what can you do? Start by reducing your intake of sugary beverages like soda, sweet tea, and even store-bought juices. Instead, drink water with a splash of lemon, homemade herbal teas with a bit of honey, or coconut water in moderation. For dessert, enjoy fresh fruits like berries, apples, and pears, which offer natural sweetness along with antioxidants that protect your joints. You can also use cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla extract to sweeten foods naturally. For baking, replace white sugar with mashed bananas, dates, or unsweetened apple sauce for a rich, joint-friendly alternative. The third culprit is vegetable oil, particularly oils high in omega-6 fatty acids like corn oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, and sunflower oil. These oils are heavily used in processed and fast foods, as well as home cooking. While omega-6 is an essential fatty acid, the problem arises when we consume far more omega-6 than omega-3, creating an imbalance that drives inflammation. Research shows that most modern diets contain a 16:1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, while a more balanced ratio closer to 4:1 is ideal for reducing chronic inflammation. This imbalance can aggravate conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis, making joint pain worse. Instead of cooking with vegetable oil, switch to olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, which is rich in oleocanthal, a compound shown to have anti-inflammatory effects similar to ibuprofen. You can also use avocado oil for cooking at higher temperatures or drizzle flaxseed oil on salads for an omega-3 boost. These simple swaps can dramatically reduce the inflammation load on your joints and help protect cartilage from further breakdown. Now let's move on to the fourth food group that's damaging your joints: refined carbohydrates. These include white bread, white rice, instant noodles, most breakfast cereals, crackers, and even some low-fat snack bars that pretend to be healthy. The problem with these foods is that they digest quickly and turn into sugar in the bloodstream, causing spikes in blood glucose, insulin resistance, and, you guessed it, inflammation. These rapid sugar spikes create wear and tear on your joints, reduce the efficiency of your immune system, and contribute to long-term damage. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who ate more refined carbs reported higher levels of joint pain and fatigue. To protect your joints, switch to whole grains like oats, quinoa, buckwheat, millet, or wild rice, which digest slowly, stabilize blood sugar, and provide essential nutrients like B vitamins and magnesium. These nutrients support muscle function, nerve health, and the structural integrity of your bones and joints. You can also add seeds like chia, flax, and pumpkin to your meals for a gentle anti-inflammatory effect and more joint-friendly fiber. And finally, the fifth food to eliminate, or drastically reduce, is excessive salt. While a pinch of salt is necessary for health, most adults consume far more than the recommended amount, often without realizing it. Canned soups, frozen dinners, packaged snacks, cheese, pickles, sauces, and even bread contain surprisingly high amounts of sodium. Excess salt leads to water retention, increasing swelling and pressure in the joints, particularly the knees, ankles, and hands. In addition, high salt intake can deplete calcium from your bones and worsen osteoporosis, which often accompanies arthritis in older adults. Replace salt-heavy foods with fresh, whole ingredients, and use herbs and spices like garlic, turmeric, rosemary, basil, thyme, and cumin to enhance flavor without inflammation. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory that has shown promise in easing joint pain and improving flexibility. Garlic, on the other hand, contains dilyl-L-disulfide, which may help limit cartilage-damaging enzymes in the body. These small changes not only improve your meals' taste but also directly benefit your joints. By being mindful of these 5 foods: processed meats, refined sugar, vegetable oils, refined carbohydrates, and excessive salt, you're taking an important step toward protecting your joint health and overall well-being. But there's even more you can do with gentle movement, hydration, sleep, and targeted nutrients, and we'll talk about those too. Supportive lifestyle practices, healing foods, and simple daily habits that can dramatically reduce joint pain and stiffness after the age of 60, especially when combined with the elimination of harmful foods we've just discussed. First and foremost, hydration plays a massive role in joint health, yet it's often overlooked. Your joints are cushioned by cartilage and synovial fluid, both of which rely on adequate water levels to function properly. As you age, your body's water content naturally decreases, and many seniors don't feel thirst as strongly as they used to, leading to chronic dehydration without realizing it. Dehydration causes cartilage to dry out, lose its smoothness, and become more prone to damage, while synovial fluid becomes less effective at lubricating your joints. This results in more friction during movement, which increases inflammation and pain. That's why it's crucial to make drinking water a consistent habit throughout the day. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, and more if you're active or taking medications that cause fluid loss. Add slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint to your water for flavor, and keep a water bottle nearby as a visual reminder to sip often. Herbal teas like ginger, turmeric, or green tea can also be part of your fluid intake and come with anti-inflammatory benefits. Next, let's talk about gentle movement and how it can be one of the most powerful natural remedies for aging joints. Many people believe they should rest more when they have joint pain, but the opposite is usually true. Inactivity leads to stiffness, muscle loss, reduced flexibility, and even more joint stress. Movement increases blood flow to the joints, delivers nutrients, and removes waste products that cause inflammation. Simple low-impact exercises like walking, swimming, cycling, or Tai Chi can do wonders for your joints without causing additional wear. Just 30 minutes of movement 5 times a week can improve flexibility, reduce stiffness, and build strength around your joints. Strength training, especially with light weights or resistance bands, helps protect your joints by stabilizing them with stronger surrounding muscles. You don't need a gym. Exercises like chair squats, wall push-ups, and resistance band curls at home are extremely effective. Always stretch gently before and after activity, and if you're unsure where to start, consult a physiotherapist who can tailor exercises to your needs. Another critical aspect of joint health after 60 is quality sleep. During sleep, your body undergoes essential repair processes, including rebuilding joint tissues, reducing inflammation, and regulating hormones that affect pain and healing. Unfortunately, many older adults suffer from poor sleep, which worsens joint pain and leads to a vicious cycle. Conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, and nighttime pain from arthritis all interrupt rest and leave you feeling fatigued and achy. To improve sleep, establish a regular bedtime routine. Dim lights in the evening, turn off screens an hour before bed, and keep your bedroom cool and quiet. Magnesium-rich foods like spinach, almonds, bananas, and dark chocolate can help you relax before bedtime, and drinking a warm herbal tea like chamomile or valerian root can support deeper sleep. Now let's explore the powerful role of micronutrients and how they can rebuild joint health from the inside out. Many people assume supplements are optional, but after 60, certain nutrients become harder to absorb or produce naturally. One of the most important is vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium and supports strong bones. Low vitamin D levels are common in older adults and are directly linked to joint pain and weakness. Spend time in sunlight for 15 to 30 minutes per day if possible, and eat vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, fortified plant milks, and eggs. If your levels are low, a supplement may be necessary. Your doctor can help guide you. Calcium is another essential mineral for joint and bone strength, but it's best absorbed when balanced with magnesium and vitamin K2, which help move calcium into the bones instead of soft tissues. Leafy greens, sesame seeds, sardines, and fermented foods like natto are excellent natural sources. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and cold water fish, help reduce joint inflammation and have been shown to ease symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis in clinical studies. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is another natural powerhouse that inhibits inflammatory pathways and supports joint repair. You can find curcumin supplements with black pepper extract, piperine to boost absorption. Glucosamine and chondroitin, naturally found in cartilage, have also shown promise in reducing pain and improving joint function, especially in osteoarthritis. If you're interested in supplements, speak to your healthcare provider to ensure they're safe with your medications and health status. Beyond food and supplements, stress management is another critical component of joint health. Chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that promotes inflammation and breaks down collagen, the building block of cartilage and connective tissue. Long-term stress also leads to muscle tension, shallow breathing, and poor sleep, all of which aggravate joint pain. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, prayer, journaling, and time in nature can lower stress and support physical healing. Even taking 10 minutes a day to breathe deeply and stretch your body can make a significant difference. Laughter, uplifting music, talking to loved ones, and practicing gratitude have also been shown to lower pain perception and improve emotional resilience. Let's not forget the importance of posture and ergonomics, especially as you spend more time at home, reading, watching TV, or working on a computer. Poor posture places uneven stress on your spine, hips, knees, and shoulders, leading to misalignment, muscle strain, and worsening pain. Simple adjustments like using a lumbar support cushion, raising your screen to eye level, keeping your feet flat on the floor, and standing up to stretch every 30 minutes can protect your joints from cumulative stress. When you walk, try to engage your core, keep your shoulders relaxed, and maintain a heel-to-toe stride. Supportive footwear with good arch support and cushioning also helps reduce joint shock and improve balance. Now, let's return briefly to food, not just what to avoid, but what to actively embrace. Colorful vegetables and fruits are loaded with antioxidants that neutralize the free radicals responsible for joint inflammation. Berries, especially blueberries and strawberries, are rich in anthocyanins that reduce cartilage damage. Dark leafy greens like kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard provide vitamin C, K, and calcium, all crucial for joint repair and bone strength. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts contain sulforaphane, a compound that may block enzymes that destroy cartilage. Spices like ginger and turmeric reduce joint stiffness and improve mobility when consumed regularly. Bone broth made from simmered chicken or beef bones contains collagen, glucosamine, and gelatin that nourish your joints, improve gut health, and may help regenerate worn cartilage. Add bone broth to soups, stews, or sip it warm as a nourishing beverage. Fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and yogurt support a healthy gut microbiome, which influences your immune system and inflammation levels. A healthy gut reduces systemic inflammation and improves nutrient absorption, including the ones most needed for joint health. And don't overlook healthy fats. Avocados, nuts, seeds, and extra virgin olive oil not only support joint flexibility but also provide lasting energy and brain protection. When combined with hydration, movement, sleep, and stress reduction, these joint-supportive foods create a holistic plan that helps older adults regain comfort and control over their lives. Instead of surrendering to joint pain, you can rise each day with more ease, less stiffness, and a renewed sense of vitality. It's vital to emphasize how interconnected every system in the body is. When you make positive changes in one area, such as reducing joint-damaging foods, you often experience improvements across multiple aspects of health, from digestion and sleep to mental clarity and mobility. Joint health after 60 isn't just about protecting bones and cartilage, it's about empowering the whole body to move, rest, and function as naturally and comfortably as possible. For example, as circulation improves from better hydration, exercise, and anti-inflammatory foods, oxygen and nutrients are delivered more effectively to the tissues that need repair, including tendons, ligaments, and joint capsules. Poor circulation, on the other hand, can lead to cold, stiff joints and slow healing. Seniors can boost circulation by walking daily, practicing gentle leg raises, and even through warm baths with Epsom salts, which help relax muscles and provide magnesium that penetrates the skin and supports joint repair. It's also beneficial to explore alternative therapies that have helped many seniors manage chronic joint pain without relying solely on medication. Acupuncture, for instance, has been used for centuries and is now backed by research showing it can reduce pain, inflammation, and stiffness in osteoarthritis. Likewise, massage therapy increases blood flow, eases muscle tension around sore joints, and supports lymphatic drainage, which helps remove inflammatory waste from the body. Even simple self-massage using warm oil, like sesame or castor oil, can provide comfort, especially before bedtime or during chilly mornings. Heat therapy using a warm compress, hot water bottle, or heated blanket can soothe stiff joints, while cold therapy using an ice pack can reduce swelling during flare-ups. Knowing when to apply each, warmth for stiffness, cold for swelling, can make a big difference in how joints feel throughout the day. Let's also talk about balance and fall prevention, which are crucial for seniors with joint issues. When your knees, hips, or ankles hurt, you naturally compensate by changing your posture or movement pattern, which can throw off your balance. This compensation not only stresses other joints but increases your risk of falling. Practicing balance exercises like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe along a hallway, or gentle yoga moves can enhance stability and confidence. Installing grab bars in the bathroom, using non-slip mats, and keeping walkways clear of obstacles also help prevent falls. Shoes with firm soles, low heels, and strong arch support further protect joints and reduce the risk of ankle twists or missteps. And speaking of yoga, this ancient practice is one of the most effective and accessible tools for older adults looking to maintain joint flexibility, reduce stiffness, and improve body awareness. Even 5 to 10 minutes of stretching daily can enhance range of motion and reduce pain. Poses like the cat-cow stretch, child's pose, or seated forward bend can gently open stiff areas and lubricate the joints. If mobility is limited, chair yoga is a wonderful alternative, offering all the benefits of traditional yoga while allowing movements to be done sitting down or with support. Now let's revisit the role of inflammation, since it's the root cause of most chronic joint problems. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes chronic, it begins to damage tissues, increase pain sensitivity, and accelerate the breakdown of cartilage. Chronic inflammation is often silent. It may not cause obvious symptoms until joints are already stiff, swollen, or deformed. That's why managing inflammation proactively through food, lifestyle, and stress reduction is so powerful. One of the lesser-known causes of inflammation in seniors is poor gut health, which can allow toxins and undigested food particles to leak into the bloodstream, a condition known as leaky gut. This can trigger immune responses that contribute to joint pain. Supporting gut health with probiotics, fiber-rich foods, and avoiding processed sugar and artificial additives is essential. Also, pay attention to food sensitivities, which can silently fuel joint inflammation. Common culprits include gluten, dairy, and nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants, though these affect individuals differently. If you notice increased pain or swelling after eating certain foods, try an elimination diet or consult with a nutritionist to identify triggers. Maintaining a healthy weight is another pillar of joint care, as excess weight increases stress on load-bearing joints like the hips, knees, and ankles. In fact, every pound of extra body weight adds about 4 pounds of pressure on the knees with each step. Losing even 5 to 10% of your body weight can significantly reduce joint pain and improve mobility. This doesn't require crash dieting. Instead, focus on long-term habits like eating whole foods, avoiding late-night meals, and staying active throughout the day. Slow, sustainable weight loss also protects muscle mass, which supports joints and improves balance. Consider tracking your meals in a food journal to increase awareness of what you're eating and how it affects your joints. Even small swaps, like using lettuce leaves instead of bread for sandwiches, or baking instead of frying, can make a big difference over time. Emotional well-being also influences how you experience joint pain. Depression, anxiety, and loneliness are common among older adults, especially those dealing with chronic pain or reduced mobility. These emotional states increase the brain's sensitivity to pain signals, creating a cycle of discomfort and isolation. Breaking that cycle through community, purpose, and self-care is essential. Join a local walking group, take part in a gentle fitness class, or volunteer in a way that feels meaningful. Even online communities for seniors can provide connection and encouragement. The more supported and motivated you feel, the easier it is to maintain the healthy habits that protect your joints. And don't underestimate the power of music, dance, laughter, and faith in reducing the perception of pain and renewing your spirit. Daily gratitude journaling or spiritual reflection can shift your mindset and build resilience, making joint discomfort feel more manageable. Lastly, regular checkups with a compassionate healthcare provider are key to monitoring joint health, reviewing medications, and addressing any new symptoms early. Don't ignore persistent joint pain or swelling. It's not just part of aging. There are often underlying causes that can be treated or managed. Ask your doctor about physical therapy, referrals to rheumatologists, or joint imaging if needed. Early detection of osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis can prevent progression and preserve joint function. And always keep a list of your medications, as some prescriptions can affect joint or bone health, particularly if used long-term. For example, certain steroids or diuretics can lead to calcium loss or muscle weakening. Advocating for yourself and staying informed empowers you to be an active participant in your health journey. In closing, remember that your joints tell the story of your life, every step taken, every hand held, every joyful dance. While aging is natural, suffering isn't inevitable. By choosing healing foods over harmful ones, staying active within your limits, nurturing your mind and emotions, and listening to your body's signals, you can reduce joint pain and reclaim the joy of movement at any age. You have more control than you think, and it's never too late to start. Take the first small step today, whether it's sipping more water, going for a walk, adding turmeric to your soup, or standing taller with better posture. Each choice builds momentum, and before long, you'll feel stronger, lighter, and more in tune with your body. Let your journey to joint health be one of self-respect and renewal. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe to Noor Shah TV and turn on notifications to stay connected with easy, natural tips for aging well and living fully, because you deserve to feel your best every single day.